No, it's not. Come on, man. We got to give Kyle more credit than that. He's not going to be getting his nuptials from the freaking bridge tending station.
You may now raise the bridge.
Is it going to go up? Is it going to get broken like the one in the road a couple days ago?
Oh.
You get stuck, have one?
They buy you life grand.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Real Chat Podcast. And here's your host, Casey, along with Damien, Nick, and Tommy. On the Real Chat Podcast. We're talking sports and anything else that makes us laugh. Stick around here, hot takes, dumb takes, and troll each other mercilessly. It's the Group Chat Podcast.
We are live here on the Group Chat Podcast. It's a special pop-up edition. Casey Gisclair here. We got Damien St. Pierre in the house, and we are going to be having a good time for about an hour or so. We'll just be kicking it.
You want to hear my favorite sound in the world?
Let's hear it. Oh, yeah, buddy. That is a nice sound. And look, man, I already got I'm getting hated on in the chat before we even started. Like people saying that the reason why we didn't go at 9:15 is because I was late. No, I've been here. I got people saying that I'm stopping and getting decaf coffee. How do y'all even know that I drink decaf coffee? Did I ever say that on the show?
Did you? Do you?
I absolutely do. I can't do caffeine.
So you wouldn't drink a Monster at
No.
10 o'clock at night?
No. Look, it's going to probably be a wild hour, but if I drank that, it wouldn't be good for really anybody, myself included.
Oh, Lord.
So what do you feel like talking about today?
Bro, we got a lot going on right now. And look, for the record, I was late. Sorry. I'm doing my community service, which we may after the end of this show. My community outreach. I was working with the kids at the Flash TDC League, and I was late getting back. Hey, look, priorities, right?
I'm just keeping a close eye on who's watching this. Because I see we got 22 people watching. Everyone would love to know who is watching.
There was no doubt with the pre-marketing that went out over an hour ago that we were going to have a good crowd tonight.
Yeah.
So, you think some things are going on right now like we're talking about, or are we just shooting the shit?
I mean, we could talk about some topical stuff. I do think that there's some people that are watching this right now not happy that we're live right now, but that's okay. I mean, it is whatever. It is what it is. We will talk a little Lafourche Parish tax reform. I'll be honest. I think the best plan, and I think Damien would agree, is for us to just kind of lay the groundwork and let everybody know that next week we're going to have Parish President Mitch Ogeron here to talk about it. Like Damien and I could talk about it. It would be like a homeless person trying to do brain surgery. It just wouldn't work out well. We're going to wait for the doctor on that one.
I do have some commentary on there.
Yeah,
I
sure.
feel like my ADHD has aligned me with deep research, which is terrible and fantastic at the same time. But 42 years old, I've never had the opportunity that I could think of, not dissing anybody, but to actually talk to the parish president on the phone. And I guess it stemmed from our post on social media, on the group chat, Facebook, which if you're not following, go ahead and follow us. Talk to me about how the process works. And I told them at the end of the conversation, I said, this is the information that the general public that doesn't have the political knowledge of where all this money goes and what's not funded and what is funded. That's what people need to know if there's going to be any type of tax reform. Right now, the public is telling us we don't want any more taxes and we're not renewing anything. And then he was telling me about like the 6-month process to get on the ballot and things like that. I think he's going to be able to come on next week and explain some of that. And I asked him, I said, come on and don't talk to us like we're a political sidekick. Talk to us just the general public. I think that's going to be the big thing.
And look, I really appreciate the fact that he believes in new media and he understands like, hey, I could take out a newspaper ad, and that would be an effective form of advertising. I'm not in any way trying to say you shouldn't take out a newspaper ad. He knows that I could take out a radio ad. That's an effective form of advertising. But there is new media, and there's different ways to reach the voting audience, and he understands and respects what we're doing. And I really appreciate that. And look, he called me up, said, hey, man, I understand you guys do a podcast. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I want to come on. Okay.
We'd love that.
Well, I said, all right, yeah, sure. Just tell us when you want to call. Oh, no. I want to go in studio. All right, even better. So he's going to be next week sitting right here at the table with us. And I told him, I said, hey, look, I told him today, because we talked on the phone today. I said, hey, Mr. President, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of talking about, tax reform and the millages that are coming up for renewal. But we're also going to cut up with you now, too. And he said, hey, look, we're looking forward to that, too. So we're going to see Mitch Ogeron as the parish president. And we're going to see Mitch Ogeron as the down the bayou South Lafourche graduate who just wants to come and shoot the shit with us. So that's okay, too. We'll do that. That'll be a lot of fun. We are going to keep the phone lines open if anybody wants to chime in, anybody wants to talk to us. We will talk about some things in the next, 35, 40 minutes or so. We'll keep an eye on what's happening in the NBA. There's going to be a Game 7. It looks like the Spurs are beating the crap out of Oklahoma City. If you want to give us a shout, there's the number on the screen. We're taking calls throughout the course of the show. Give us a ring-a-ding, and we will put you on. You could chime in about anything. You could tell us how bad of a job you think we're doing once we talk about softball in just a second. That's okay, too. It doesn't matter. I mean, you'd be wrong, but that's okay. So let's jump into it. The big topic today, and boy, I've been pissing off everybody and been accused of slander and been accused of this and been accused of that. But I just want to say for every 2 or 3 people that have sent me those types of messages, there's about 100 coaches in the area, and I'm going to read some of those text messages from the coaches in the area who agree with everything that I had to say earlier today. So to echo my thoughts and my sentiments, and I'm not going to dive too deep into the weeds, but we had South Lafourche High School lose their softball coach. Coach Mathern to E.D. White. Coach Mathern is a decorated coach. He's a South Lafourche graduate, announced that he was coming home from Opelousas Catholic, and then made the decision after holding the job for about 3 or so weeks that he is going to accept the same position at E.D. White. And I basically on the radio said earlier today, and I'm going to echo those sentiments. I'm not apologizing for what I said, but I stand by it. And again, I'll read other messages from coaches in the community who say the same thing. I think there's a right way and a wrong way to go about doing business. And I think that when you make a commitment to a certain institution, you probably should stop flirting with other places at that point in time, and you should probably see this thing out. This is not John Sumrall leaving Tulane and going to Florida, where it's a massive jump. I even said on the radio today, if this were a situation where Cullen was given the E.D. White head football coaching position, you got to go, right? You got to go. But this was a situation where after, man, I'm so happy to be home and this, that, and the other, you leave after 3 weeks, and it's just kind of rubbing people the wrong way a little bit. So basically all I said on the radio is my thoughts is that best of luck at E.D. White, and I hope you do well. I think you're going to do well. But you've made the decision to go there, so now that's it. Don't come home. If BJ goes to Hanville in a couple of years, don't come home. If Chandler becomes a vice principal and drops the baseball head coaching position, stay at E.D. White. That's all I said. I don't think it's that controversial. And to, oh, man, you don't know the situation. I know a whole lot about the E.D. White situation that I've chose not to say here, that I could say, and I could really wrangle some feathers, but this is the summer of corporate, Casey, so I'm not going to do that today. So please tread lightly and understand that I know a lot of things about a lot of situations and a lot of people and a lot of different things. So don't poke the bear too much, okay? Just ask Chop what happens when you poke the bear sometime.
Oh, he is going to be in here tonight.
Already?
Talking about an analytical Eastern Conference championship win for the Cavs. Casey, on my end, look, I don't know nearly as much as you do. I know the coach in question. He is good at what he does. We had him in our biddy league for a time, and he was fantastic. I mean,
100%.
He's obviously great with the kids, the players, wherever he's at. But that is just it's a terrible situation. And PR 101 is if Mr. Bayou Sports not to say you blasted him, you reported the news.
Right.
You got to come out with something. Don't just.
Well, that was one of the things. Oh man, you were so fast. My bad for being good.
What do you? I'm sure he knew before you.
You were so fast to get that out there. My bad.
He didn't read the fact that he stayed at a job for 3 hours and then left. And then
I broke the news before the conversation happened.
PR 101, you come out with something, a statement. Hey, look, this is what happened. Tell the truth. People want to hear the truth. Talk about politics. Politics and sports is not that far off. Half of them's fixed on both sides anyway. But you got to stay in front of that. And to just, look, the comment sections are freaking brutal. I don't know if that part's deserved.
It's not that serious, y'all.
Coaching, you open your life up to public opinion. I've been chastised before. I'm going to get it again, and I'm here for it. I'm going to take what I signed up for. You were in that situation. You know what could possibly happen, and public opinion's tough. Nobody has to deal with that. It's easy to sit behind a phone and just blow somebody up, and you don't have to face that person. But stay in front of it. Make it a better situation. But it's a shit situation, man. It's unfortunate. And at the end of the day, the adults don't lose. The kids lose.
That's where I'm going with that. And that was a big part of my message earlier. Look, Cullen, if you're listening to this, and I'm sure at some point you are, or you're going to get, this is going to get to you. I'm not mad at you, bro. And look, I hope you do well at E.D. White. I do. I really do. But you guys got to understand, this is the second time in like a year that our girls think they're going to have a state champion that's going to be coming into their program that's going to lead them to the promised land, only to leave before never even having a practice. That sucks, man. That you hurt for those kids. They keep getting their hopes up time and time again. And I said it earlier. The first time with Coach Partridge, look, the dude was kind of out the box, man. Like, there was a shady feeling there from the beginning. Why was a dude from North Louisiana who won a bunch of state championships coming to Little O here? Then we had him on the radio, and it got even shadier when you actually heard the dude speak. There was always a little grease there. But with this, it made sense. Like, it's a dude from here. So, yeah, of course, he's going to want to come home. He's going to want to do right by the program. And it just didn't work out. Now, does that mean that I'm going to hold this grudge forever and ever? I hope they do well. I really do. But that doesn't mean that I can't be not disappointed or not angry that those girls got hurt again. Absolutely, I'm angry and disappointed that those girls got hurt again. This is the second time in a year someone comes in and promises the world and then says, oops, sorry, we're not going to stay here. We don't want to coach you. And I think that sucks, man. Those kids deserve better than that. All them kids want to do is play and compete and be guided. And now, this is the second time somebody comes in with a bunch of skins on the wall, says, yeah, y'all could play, compete, and be guided, but it ain't going to be by me. I'm leaving. And I think that sucks.
You know, you're getting a lot of flack for it, and I was fortunate enough to see some of the text that flew around, which was awesome. But at the end of the day, you did your job.
100%.
And he did his job.
100%.
And both of you guys thought you were right, and both of you may be right. I don't know. I don't judge people.
All right.
Like you said, it's an unfortunate situation with what happened to those girls. I'm sure you have, and I'm trying to think of it in my head, you gotta have a senior class that is going to be on their fourth coach technically, or third coach technically.
Probably even more than that.
I'm trying to think. You had,
so they had the guy before Partridge, Hillary, Cullen, and then whoever else. There's going to be 5
and 4.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Can you think of Partridge and not say a pear tree?
I was thinking the Partridge family.
They go there too.
Well, if you know that dude was out there, bro. Did you ever talk to that guy?
I hear things.
So, yeah, look, that's the thing with the softball stuff. A lot of people's taking it way too out of context, and it's not that big of a deal, man. Like, look, I hope success for the other side, but you guys got to see my side of it, too, why I was upset, why I was disappointed, why so many other people were upset and disappointed.
It's our school. It's our community. It's like the people that go and trash you whenever you broadcast in Solid Foods games. Oh, you biased. Yes.
100%.
Yes. I don't care about – I'm not even going to mention a place. I don't care about that as much as I care about my school. Of course I am going to be biased.
Well, at the end of every commercial, it says, the score is 7-0. We'll be right back on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
You're being very biased to West Monroe. You know you can't be biased to? E.D. White, because you can't broadcast over there.
Well, that was one big concern when I made them angry. They wouldn't let me broadcast football over there next year.
You're definitely not broadcasting softball. Lord. The question, there's a vacancy. Who's next?
I think I know who it's going to be, so I'll stay out of that. If you guys want to chime in and let us know. Okay, let's put Ren's question up there. Why is this happening to this one sport so much? Is there something else pushing these coaches away when they get it? There's been this perception on social media that, like, it's this toxic situation with parents and everything. That's really not the case. They had a situation where I don't think Coach Partridge ever wanted to coach here. Honestly, I could say some stuff that would really get slanderous, but whatever. I don't think he ever intended to coach here. I think Hillary did want to coach here, but she had some health issues, so that was what pushed her out. And I do genuinely think that Cullen was intending to coach here, and then the E.D. White thing happened. I think honestly, Rich, to answer that question, I think it's just been some bad luck. I really do. I think it's been some bad luck.
I think to answer Ren's question, and you covered this on play-by-play sometime last week, because, look, I'm a play-by-play guy. On my way home from work, I'm listening to the episode from earlier today. The amount of coaches, and you mentioned the male population of teachers, which that coincides back with the tax stuff that we were talking about. What's the interest in coaching a girls softball program? Not, I am a girl dad. I have 4 of them. I'm a girls coach. I'm not dogging girls sports by any stretch of imagination. But I also know there's not a ton of people that want to coach girls basketball, which is probably why I got a job. So, like, what is the pool for that? Does that lead to issues where you having to maybe reach on a higher because, hey, what else is there? What's next?
That's a great point. Okay, so you think about it. You're kind of a special situation because you're blessed with a very flexible work schedule. If you are a 9 to 5 and the games start at like 4, it's hard, dude. It's hard. Look, Nick said bring back Pete. Coach Pete was retired. That's a different situation. That's a completely different situation. It's hard for and I get it. And people say, oh, well, bro, we got all these travel ball coaches. They play on the weekends. People are off. It's different when you got a Tuesday at 4 o'clock game. It's hard, man. It's hard. And you got to practice every day. And then you got to make sure that the kids are doing the right things in school. And so the instinct would be, well, let's just have a teacher. Well, then that's hard because there's not a whole lot of qualified to coach softball teachers out there. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do.
And see, I am wired differently. So I feel like if I want to do it, I'm going to figure out a way to make it happen. So I feel like if you got somebody that is super passionate about it and is good for the school and good for the environment. And look, we're not just talking about South, we're just talking about just in general. I feel like you can make it work. Oh, bro, I got to work till 5. Well, guess what? Practice after 5, bro. Like, I work till 4 in Homa, and I still make practice at 5:30.
But I'm not to disagree. And down the bayou, this is not an issue because we do have lights. But some places don't have lights. So you
go to school with light, bro.
Well, I mean, yeah, ideally, yeah. And look, Corey's saying travel ball coaches make more. In a lot of situations, they do.
Oh, Corey just triggered me. My God. When I found out, and look, I'll be open. I don't care. We're not with that program anymore. I'm not going to mention any names. When I found out that my volleyball coach, who was 0-24, was making $4,000 to coach my kid, that is what? What? That is insane.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
$4,000 to win 0 games, 0 sets, not just games, sets. Literally anybody could do that. Nick, you could coach volleyball and you get paid $4,000.
Don't.
Oh my God, I just got triggered. Oh, that was my bank account talking.
Shifting gears completely to a different topic. Go to the Bayou Sports Facebook page and look at the new hardwood floor at Golden Meadow Middle School. First and foremost, kudos to you and your guys because you already had built the best home court advantage in the parish.
I appreciate it.
Now, and I'm not just saying that, but he's right here. Best home court advantage in the parish. Now, on top of that, you're going to be playing on the nicest court in the parish. If I were a kid right now in the 5th or 6th grade and I'm walking into that gym on the first day of PE versus the first day of PE last year when it was that old, stone court, nothing wrong with it. It's what we had. But just seeing that, like, oh, my God, I want to play on that. I want to be part of that. I think the interest in the program is going to grow. When I was at Golden Meadow Junior High School, we painted the floor, I think it was my seventh grade year. And I remember the excitement because the gym was closed for like 2 months or so. I remember the excitement when they first let us see it. And that was just paint on the stone. We had the old Cincinnati paint scheme and the jerseys and everything. And I remember thinking like, dude, this is badass. Then now y'all got an NBA-looking hardwood floor with that paint. If I'm a kid right now that goes to Golden Meadow Middle School and I didn't previously think that basketball was cool, I now think basketball is cool because I'm seeing the success my classmates are having, and I'm seeing, dude, that floor is nice, man. And I think y'all numbers, honestly, I genuinely believe that I think y'all numbers are going to grow just by that one investment.
I got to see what you're saying firsthand tonight. So I am absolutely blessed that in our Flash TDC League, I have a number of girls that will be playing basketball for me at school next year. And I had the picture. I showed them all, and it was just pure joy and amazement. We get to play on that floor?
Yeah, dude.
That's going to be so awesome. It looks so good. So I got to see that firsthand. That was pretty cool. I didn't really put that into perspective. I just thought it was pretty cool that we get the new floor after so long, and people have worked so hard on that. Shout out Billy Joe. First thing I ever say positive about him. Brian, I'm sorry.
Oh, I love Billy Joe.
Corey mentioned about me going to Raceland Biddy. I ain't gonna lie, Corey. I tried to get on the Central Foods board this year. I was gonna try to help them out.
Did you?
I was gonna try to help them out.
Okay.
I'm all about community.
This dude's about to run for some kind of like. There's some shady going on here. He's being way too nice to everybody. This dude's up to something.
Here's the thing, man. If they go out,
we lose
them.
You lose revenue in friendship tournaments.
Yeah. And I just feel like there's a lot of little things that I could add to the table. It's my fault I didn't get there. They have in-person elections. I worked late, couldn't make it, but I'm still gonna try to help them out.
Would they have elected you? You think?
I don't know. I got a good resume.
I think so.
Yeah, and I could talk. So they would have gave me like 10 minutes to speak on my behalf. I could talk for 20 minutes or 30 minutes as needed about myself.
Oh, by the way, I see Kyle. You're invited to Kyle's wedding. Because he sent me a wedding invitation and he said to invite all you guys.
Can we go live?
I was about to say, Kyle, yes. Can we do a show from your wedding?
And is the wedding from the bridge tending position?
No, it's not. Come on, man. We got to give Kyle more credit than that. He's not going to be getting his nuptials from the freaking bridge tending station.
You may now raise the bridge.
It ain't going to go up. It's gonna get broken like the one in La Rosa a couple days ago. Oh, you get stuck halfway.
They buy you life grand.
Oh, yeah.
Live stream from Kyle's wedding.
Do you know how bad that would be for Kyle and his wedding part? That, like, I've seen Nick around DJ equipment. Okay. Kyle,
we're in, bro. Set us up. We need a table. Kyle, it got to be open bar.
Yeah. You saw Corey, and I see Aaron, and I'm calling him Aaron, but I'm not giving him the luxury of calling him Chop. James Harden is free. Maybe he could go coach.
Chop, I need a congratulations from you for the Cavaliers winning the analytical Eastern Conference Championship.
Was that guy stupid or what?
Bro, that is ridiculous.
Look, he got what he paid for. If you get up on the podium after you were down 3-0, and you have the nerve to get up there and say, well, we're actually up 2-1 analytic. You deserve to have your team quit in Game 4. And that's exactly what happened. They said, this dude's now, they already announced that they're bringing him back, which I wouldn't have done. You go have the nerve to get up there and say, we're up 2-1 when you're down 3-0. You're a moron. I want no part of you. So they are bringing him back. But his team did 100% quit on him, and I think because of stupid-ass comments like that.
So I thought Kenny Atkinson was black. Maybe I got him and like Percy Hawkins or something confused.
He's the most
but I saw him and I'm like, that's Kenny Atkinson? Like I thought he was like a baller for the Sonics in the mid-90s.
No, he looks like the dude that coaches for the Willow School.
Atkinson made those comments, right? Do you think he expected backlash?
I think that he's just like a nerd. And I think that he thought that he was going to score points being the smartest guy in the room. And I think what he was trying to do is let his team know, hey, we're not that far away. So 3-0, while it's this impossible hole, it shouldn't be in this case.
And he's getting destroyed in the public. Guess what? That happened. So Nick was right. It is Kenny Gaddison that I thought it was, not Atkinson.
Chop, serious question. If Harden at some point in his career, because look, I'll say this. I wouldn't count this, but I'm going to ask you because you're the ring keeper.
There we go.
If at some point in Harden's career, he is like 39 years old and he signs with like the Spurs or the Thunder and wins a cheap one as like the 7th man, does that count as him winning a ring? Serious question. Because honestly, I don't think it would. So I'm telling you right now on May 28th, I would not be in your face saying, oh, my God, he finally won. I wouldn't be doing that. But would I be vindicated and justified in doing that if he won a championship as, like, just a small piece of the team?
You're not getting any love from him, bro.
But he said he likes Alonzo Mourning, and that he did the same thing with Alonzo Mourning, following him around. Alonzo Mourning won his championship. He wasn't a big piece of that team. He wasn't a star player on that team.
Is that new? I feel like we were loyal to teams back in the day. Now we loyal to people.
I am, and here's why. Because
Tommy's the same way.
I don't want to be loyal to Gail Benson. Like, that's the whole reason why I'm not, like, I don't know. It's hard, but these billionaire owners, I just don't think these billionaires give a shit about us at all across the board. So I don't have a problem jumping from one situation to the next and following a player that I like, because I think a player is more relatable than some douchebag sitting up in the box counting his zillions of dollars. Nick said, what if Harden wins one as an assistant coach? You know, James Harden would be terrible as a coach. Dude goes out to strip clubs like every day, every second of every day. Chop doesn't want me to compare James Harden to Alonzo Mourning, so let's pull up some career stats for the two players, shall we? And I'll pull up playoff stats, too, because one is considered a choker, and the other one apparently only has one kidney. You ready for me to compare Alonzo Mourning and James Harden?
Don't even read the names. Just let's go with the stats. Let's see if we can guess.
One player, 24 points per game. I mean, one's a guard, one's a center, so it's going to be easy. 24 points per game, 5 rebounds, 7 assists for their career in the regular season. In the playoffs, 22 points per game, 6.4 assists, 5.4 rebounds. It's pretty obvious who that one is. The other, 17 points per game and 8 rebounds for their career. And in the playoffs, an absolute choker, 13 points per game and 7 rebounds. And so one is clearly a far better and more impactful basketball player than the other.
Did Mourning win a championship?
He did, but he averaged 3 points a game when they won the championship. He played 10 minutes a game. That's why I'm asking the question, if Harden does it for the Spurs, does it count?
Absolutely it counts. Did Malone end up winning one with the Lakers?
No, they tried. He and Gary Payton tried, and that team imploded bad.
Yeah, there was too much on that team.
Yeah, they were not good. They were supposed to be good, but they were not good.
Just got a text said, I don't judge people, huh?
Where's this? I was wondering where that came from.
I just need you guys to keep me on my toes sometimes.
We are officially a Game 7. The Spurs just kicked the crap out of Oklahoma City, so now we're going to Game 7 in Oklahoma City. Who's going to be facing the Knicks, dude?
I hate to say it, but it's going to be Oklahoma City. I just don't feel the Spurs have enough yet. Need a little more experience, a little more seasoning. I think we talked about this on play-by-play. So I am locked in to going to an NBA Finals game this year.
Yeah, what's the update on that?
So it looks like we're going to New York or
Oh, you better be ready to pay, brother.
Well, we'll make that work.
Shit, yeah.
But, like, I really don't want to go to OKC. What are you doing there? Anybody in the chat, is there anything aside from watching the Thunder flop on the court to do in Oklahoma? Now, I hope they win because I'd rather go to San Antonio. I think it would be a pretty cool game experience. All
right, so good question. So you just said Oklahoma City, New York, it's definitely New York. If it's San Antonio, New York, you're going to San Antonio?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's more my people. And they got a little river.
A little river Shaws?
Yeah, they got something. Better than going to get mugged in New York.
Okay.
What did Wayne's World go to New York to see a Broadway show?
Let me tell you something. The president said he's going to a Knicks finals game in the Garden.
Oh. Did you see the UFC set being built? Let me tell you guys something. We got a bunch of people on. Boxing right now is getting really good.
It is.
10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, I saw that Alexander Usyk was fighting, which is the best pound-for-pound heavyweight in the world. I said, let me go check it out. And Casey and I talked on the Friday, talking about him fighting in Egypt. Thought it was a weird kind of deal, weird location for a heavyweight championship fight. I'm not as big into boxing as it used to be. This thing started at 10 o'clock, the undercard. I turned it on. All you could see is the three-man announce team and the screen in the back. Well, then they went to the first fight, and you see 3 pyramids in the back. Dude. So apparently, just in the middle of the desert, they built this like temporary structure to host this fight. And as the night went on, it got dark. They had the pyramids, like the bottom lit up. It was just unreal. But something that I thought was pretty funny, the announcer said, we knew it would be hot, but we didn't realize that they would have mosquitoes. Could you imagine being in the middle of the desert, hot as hell, commentating a fight, and then just getting destroyed by mosquitoes?
Or the other thing about it, like, can you imagine getting your ass handed to you for 3 minutes and going to sit in the corner and get destroyed by mosquitoes? Probably not the greatest, but dude, that backdrop was awesome. Seeing the pyramids and everything. All right, so talk to me about it. Everybody's saying that they kind of threw a lifeline to your boy.
1,000%. So I did not know the whole setup to the fight. I didn't know who this guy, Rico Verhoeven, was. Apparently, he is this absolutely legendary kickboxer.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And they were talking about how difficult Usyk is to fight because he comes from different angles and he does different things. And one of my daughters, Maddie, was watching the fight with me. And when he came out, I said, this dude's about to get knocked out by an uppercut. Because he was like kind of hunched over. But this dude's legs are like tree trunks. Ridiculously strong. And talk about awkward. It was Rico that was awkward rather than Usyk. And Usyk had hell with him. And I think the fix was in because round 11 with about 15 seconds left, Usyk hit him with an uppercut. Rico went down, got up. He was fine. He was actually punching back as the referee stepped in to stop the fight, which was ridiculous. Then there was a weird controversy in the ring after. So this guy, Turkey, I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce his last name. He's Dana White's partner on the Zuffa boxing deal, and then he's got a bunch of other stuff going on. And this other guy came in the ring, and he kind of got pissed off and like, no, this guy earned a rematch. Like, we're not going to you, whatever. And then I went look up Turkey's net worth. It's like $7 billion. So, like, bro, what are you pissed off about? Let's just relax.
So they did release the scorecards. It was 95-95 on one card, 95-95 on the other, and Usyk was actually losing 96-94 on the third card. So, really tough. It would have been very interesting to see if that one would have been able to continue.
So they announced it was a WBC title fight, so they do live scoring. Like, they announced, I don't know if they broadcast it or announced it, but they put it up. And they were talking about how close it was. The fight was not close at all. Like, 11 rounds, you're probably talking, well, it was the 11th round. So you got 10 rounds scored. It was probably 8-2.
So let me ask you this. We've seen Tyson Fury have moments like this. We saw Canelo have moments like this. These big, like, was this just Usyk saying, it's a kickboxer, it's a free payday, I'm going to just kick the shit out of him and get it? Or is there a situation where this dude's just legit? Like, my question to you is, if they fight 6 months from now, is this going to be like you were telling your daughter, hey, look, this dude's about ready to get knocked out? Or is it a situation where they're way more evenly matched than what we thought?
I think that this guy, Rico Verhoeven, or however you pronounce his name, he's up there. He could fight anybody. Now, did Usyk take this 100% serious? Was his training right? That I don't know. Fighting a 1-0 kickboxer who hadn't fought in a boxing match in 20 or whatever 10 years. Did it was his training up to snub? That I don't know, but he could handle with anybody. And then later that night, we get blessed with this YouTube shit show in Las Vegas, headlined by Johnny Manziel, and on the undercard, Ray J against the always famous Super Hot Fire.
Was this the show that had Lance Stevenson and Beasley? Yeah.
Yeah, one of them got choked out.
Yeah, I believe Stevenson choked out Beasley. And Beasley beat Stevenson in the one-on-one game. So now they're trying to say they got to have a rubber match of a third sport. 1-1 basketball, 1-1 MMA.
Ray J got put to sleep. Did you see the interview after?
I didn't see an interview after.
So the interview after, he was pissed because I think there was a fix in that Super Hot Fire, who I don't know who the hell that is, wasn't supposed to do that.
Oh, so this was the old Jake Paul, like you better go easy, and then Denton?
He pretty much said it. Ray J hadn't been sleeping like that since his last adult film.
Johnny Manziel did say after the fight he beat social media influencer Bob Menery. He said that he will not fight again.
He looked terrible.
He did get the stoppage in 2 minutes and 16 seconds, said he will not fight again. Thank God for that. Wait a minute. Breaking news. Ed Ogeron just tweeted, well, not just, 2 hours ago, hold that tiger. We just got a commitment from, I don't know who yet. LSU just got a commitment from some. I know what that means. All right, we back, baby.
We have a caller on the group chat phone line. We would like to welcome Corey Abear to the podcast. Corey is representing the Blue Boot Foundation.
Hey, Corey, you are on live with the Group Chat podcast.
What's good, Corey?
What's good, man? How y'all doing?
We're doing wonderful, brother. How about yourself?
Man, I got to call and give Casey a shout-out since he's been getting his ass kicked on Facebook for the last 24 hours.
What's up?
Man, look, I just wanted to give you a shout-out. I know I sent you a picture today of the last two boys with the Blue Boot bombs from this year. This really just exploded when you and I had the idea from where it's at now. The coverage you giving all these kids from 7-year-olds all the way to high school is crazy, man.
Corey, I could tell you from February to now, and I haven't told you this, so you're going to be hearing this for the first time. February to now, 37 million impressions on the Blue Boot bombs, dude. That's 37 million. That's insane, bro.
That's crazy, man. I got a text yesterday. I didn't get to tell you. I shared the post that you put about Dylan Cruz. I sent him a text yesterday, and he responded this morning like, "This is nuts." And this dude's in the major league.
It's unbelievable, and I can't imagine. Because, look, I'm fairly close to it, but I'm not nearly as close to it as you guys are. And to know that a couple of people got together after a terrible event, and now 5, 6, 7 years later, however long it's been, you got a freaking big league wearing Blue Boot cleats, dude. That's unbelievable, Corey. That's insane, man.
The whole cleat thing kind of took off with Gavin Dugas and when Cruz was still at LSU. And that was just a random idea. Like, that was just talking to Gavin, and it's like, man, check out these cleats that Dylan got made. Like, me and Darby talking like, man, we should get some Blue Boot cleats, And next thing you know, some guys sending us a design, and it's just kind of taken off from there. Some people think of it like, oh, you got Blue Boot on the cleats, but the number of people that have seen it and then Google Blue Boot and see what we're about, and it's just a chain reaction.
Dude, I was told, and I got sent a video, but the video didn't have audio, so I wish it would have. And the next time I think they said they're going to have the audio. But I was told that on a travel ball team in the area, when they hit one over the fence, the kids all get together at home plate, and they do that thing where they all jump up and down together, and they say Blue Boot bomb as they're all hitting the dude. That's insane. Like that's the stuff that when we came up with this idea, bro, like we didn't have any idea would blow up like this. But now the kids, when they hit a home run, it's not like a dinger anymore. It's now a Blue Boot bomb. Like we've changed the name of a home run in the area. It's insane.
It's crazy. We handed out the stuff to the two girls that hit the most. The little 8th grader from Edie White, I'm telling you, she's like 80 pounds soaking wet. She hit 8 home runs. And then when I delivered the girl, Hayes Rutledge from Vanderbilt, she's like, the girl that tied me is in 8th grade? I said, I met her yesterday. And she's like, we talk about it in the dugout. Who's going to hit a Blue Boot bomb today? And the cool thing is she knew what the meaning was behind it. And it was cool that a couple of the boys from Vanderbilt that Seth got to play with, they knew about what Blue Boot was. Everyone that sees it, everyone that sees those posts, share with them, and they get to see what it's about, But it's just so cool how you and Bayou Sports and your whole group and everybody shares that, and it's blown up.
It's incredible, dude. And look, talk to me about this. We are now almost in June, so it is rodeo season. I'm sure you guys are fired up. And look, we're going to have you on right before the rodeo to promote the event heavy, but I'm sure you guys are getting fired up for an awesome weekend in July, brother.
Yeah, we are. Every year, we really hate to say it, but it gets a little bit easier in the planning stage.
You better knock on wood, dude.
Yeah. We're going into our second rodeo with a full-time employee with Nika, our executive director, who's just amazing at what she does. And we at the point where let's pray for great weather and everything's going to fall into place. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. Our community from this whole area, and we've gotten to grow in the last couple of years, we get sponsors from all over the country that see our website, see what we do. And I think as long as we keep showing the public what we do and where we spend our money and what we spend our money on, then hopefully we'll continue to be successful for a good cause.
And look, one of the things I want to ask you, bro, is you mentioned it is also rodeo season, but it is also going swimming at the beach season. And I know you guys are doing things year-round to try to stress, all right, here's how you stay safe, here's what you should do, here's what you shouldn't do, and then also, providing life jackets and everything like that. What are some things you guys have going on to try to make sure that we have as safe of a summer as humanly possible?
Yeah, that's a great point. Unfortunately, right before Easter or right after Easter, I don't remember the exact date, they had a unfortunate drowning in Grand Isle. We working with, talks to Grand Isle. What can we do to spread the word about just get off the rocks, get away from the rocks. It's not so much kids in Grand Isle swimming, it's people getting around the rocks, and something has to be done about that. Here locally and home at Thibodeau, New Orleans, wherever we could spread outreach. We had a group the other day that said we need some help certifying lifeguards to be able to teach swimming lessons or to be able to have a swimming pool open. So we're working with local groups like that. I mean, we're affiliated with Children's Water Safety Awareness. They do our life jackets. We get messages all the time. It doesn't have to be for our rodeo. My kid needs a life jacket. We're going to take care of it. Right now, like you said, it's everybody's out of school. They're starting to swim. They're starting to go to pools. And it's just trying to spread that awareness where people don't get complacent.
One of the things that someone in the chat even just said, that you guys have the best rodeo and it's the best vibes. I mean this, and I'm not just saying this because I'm talking to you on the phone right now. You've heard me say it, I'm sure, on the radio programs or on Facebook or whatever it may be. Y'all, rodeo's for everybody, dude. You could go with your kids. You could go, with your mama and your papa, because they're going to be able to play bingo and mimosas. You could go to fish. You could go not to fish. You could go to drink. You could go not to drink. Any person that wants to have a good time can find something to have a good time with you guys. And I think that's what kind of sets you apart, man, because a lot of these events, like if you're not fishing, it's maybe not as fun. If you're not looking to party, maybe it's not as fun. You guys have a little something for everybody. If you're an LSU baseball fan, I don't know if you guys are going to do the autographs or whatever this year, but in years past, y'all have done those things to incorporate everybody. Any person could feel welcome at y'all's event.
That's what we want to hear. I mean, that's great feedback, and we hear it a lot. And, it was important to Darby, Nicole, and our whole committee that this is a family event. It's for our kids, and it's about kids, and it's geared around kids. And we do our best every year to keep it that way. We have our rodeo. We get out of there and come home on Sunday, and before that next Friday, everybody's emailing their thoughts on what we did, that we could do better, where can we improve, and we go from there. We haven't announced it yet. I don't have the final list, but we got some guys coming back from LSU that's going to do some autographs. Got 5 of them committed already. We're waiting on a couple more, but they didn't have the best season. Nobody's happy about the season they had, including them. But they did a great job spreading the word for us. This year we had the most guys wearing the cleats than we have so far. We had plus all the 4 coaches did it. So it's great having these kids that are 10 years old playing travel ball. They look up to these guys. It's a good partnership we have. We're glad to have it.
Oh, 100%, my friend. And look, dude, when you guys are seeing, a Dugas hit a home run like he did about a week or so ago, or Tommy White get called up to AAA, or, as we mentioned a minute ago, a Cruz who's now back in the MLB, and hopefully he's able to stay there. It's got to be surreal. Like, those are dudes that you guys have relationships with. You could just text after Tommy Tanks goes 3 for 4. You could just shoot him a text like, "Hey, bro, great job!" Like, all because of this one cause. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he don't mind those. It's when he goes 0 for 4, he don't want to see that.
Right.
That's the good text.
I'm just thinking about it, man. Maybe we could offer some blue boot cleats to a softball coach if we got a softball coach. Huh? What y'all think of that?
I'm okay with it, dude. I'm okay with it.
We might need to get some Jordan 1s for Dame and some red and, some over there in that new court, man. That looks good.
I'm at 11, Jordan 11's guy. So,
11?
Yeah.
Jordan 11?
Yeah, just paint.
That's definitely not the old court I grew up on.
No, that's not, bro. And look, Joshua in the chat just said, how about a half-court blue boot bomb contest? Like, we could come up with some ideas and spruce this up. We could make some things happen.
It's endless. I like, look at that. Josh is flying home and thinking about all these ideas.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
I wanted to give you a quick shout out after you getting your butt kicked, the last 24 hours.
I got run ruled, man.
Yeah, moms, dads, grandmas, everybody's on your ass. But listen, y'all keep doing a great job, and thank y'all for spreading our mission, and keep doing what y'all doing, fellas.
Thank you, buddy. Be good.
All right, thanks.
We appreciate Corey so much. And look, if you can't have fun at their rodeo, that's a you problem. You ain't gonna have fun anywhere.
I feel like the Friday night over there is becoming like a Friday night at the alumni softball tournament.
Yeah.
You just see folks that you maybe see once a year, and it's awesome. I didn't get a chance to go last year, but I've been a number of years. I should have asked him where he wants us to set up. And
I think we got some exclusive broadcasting rights this year.
That's going to be some fun.
The counselor's going to be there. What could go wrong with all of us on Grand Isle?
You coming fishing?
No, I'm not much of a fisherman, dude.
Neither are we.
Let me tell you, but get on the damn leaderboard. I'm more of I'm fishing for things in the text messages type of guy. I've been catching some fish there.
Yeah, some pretty big fish. We have a listener question.
Oh yeah?
Work related.
Oh, this could be good.
She wants to know if you email somebody something that they requested with a follow-up involved, but you do not put the follow-up in the email, just the information that was requested, and then you send them a chat on an alternative communication, whether that be Slack, Teams, whatever chat services you use, you actually do the follow-up. Who's wrong? Is it the multiple communications person, or is it the person that needed everything in one location?
All right, so all right. Person sends an email.
So I'll put in. So I request from you, hey Case, I need the transcript of the broadcast from tonight.
All right,
but I need it in this format and with these notes.
Okay.
All you send me is the transcript.
And then I send you that format and those notes in a separate?
Yeah, in a different communication. Who's wrong?
So here's what I would do. I don't know that necessarily anyone's wrong, but here's what I would do in that situation. If I were sending something else in another place, I would say in the email, see such and such for the additional information.
That's a good medium to have. I'm with you on that.
Like I will say often, if I'm sending in a story to the person who puts together our newspaper pages, but I had to text the photo, I will say in the email, see your text messages for the photo. I'm not going to just text it and just assume that they know what I'm talking about and that's the photo for that story.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that if you are going to not do it all in one place, you should specify that it's not all being done in one place.
Not just throw it in there and then the
just
person
assume.
Runs with it.
No.
Without knowing the backstory. Okay.
Yeah.
I was asked, that was a question that was from a listener. That was actually from Undertaker from Galliano.
Oh, bro, I'm dead, me.
I'm not going there. Corporate Damien tonight.
I have been well behaved today.
I got to tell you, we've had a crowd here, man. Like, this is like freezer burn level numbers.
Yeah, I appreciate that. All we got to do is say that we're talking about softball. Softball is the big ticket now.
I got to tell you, I would like to have a Facebook drama correspondent. So if anybody's in the chat that wants to volunteer for that, I think that would do crazy numbers. And if you steal the idea, you're a piece of shit. I'm saying it right now. But, all right, so we're on Wednesday. What's the big Facebook drama topics on the weekend and Monday, Tuesday? I just feel like that. Like, people just would dive into that. It would be
I'm here for it, dude.
Awesome.
That'd be a lot of fun.
I would like to invite Archie or Spanky to come and give their speech. Like, let's talk about that.
A member of the group chat virtual audience has a question.
Pierce wants to continue with the Facebook drama discussion. He wants our take on the recent graduation ticket debacle.
South
Oh
Rouge
my
graduation
God.
ticket gate.
Yes, Pierce.
That would have been, I mean, that's perfect.
Terrible.
That would have been perfect.
Like, that's what I need somebody to come report on that, start the conversation, and just go. I need a troll.
Why are we not recording this podcast outside? We're infringing on our
But we have
rights.
3 tickets left.
That's why Nick's not here. He's only allowed to come when we're outside. The fire marshal says we're only allowed to have 2 in here.
How much of a debacle would that have been if they did it outside and then had to turn away people because it was storming? That would have been even worse.
I wasn't rooting for that because I'm corporate. But let's just say I wouldn't have frowned. And look, I would have felt terrible for the kids, and Terrence gave an amazing speech, and I'm so glad that they had a wonderful graduation and everything. But because of some of the things that were being said about certain people who have no idea what it takes to plan an event because they can't plan how to type a sentence properly on social media. Y'all, there were so many things that were being said by people who have no idea what it's like to host thousands of people, have no idea that the fact that the home side of the stadium wasn't available anyway. So even if the weather was good, y'all would have been in the sun the whole time. Have no idea what it takes and what you got to rent to have it outside. Have no idea the fact that if you have it outside scheduled and you have to move it inside, all the stuff you have to rent, you don't get refunded. There was so much that went into that so many people just didn't understand. And I think at the end of the day, the majority did. But that loud minority that my boy John Danos always tells me about, that loud couple of percent, we're making a lot of noise.
I did not realize that the South Lafourche High School graduation was such a destination event. You had people flying in from around the nation.
So I'm told.
The Caribbean, they were coming in from Turkey. Like, what are we supposed to do with the rental cars? What?
The hotels were booked for months.
And look, okay, great. You got people coming in from out of state. Fantastic. What are they coming for? To support the kid that's graduating. You think it's going to be detrimental? Oh, let me cancel my trip. I can't get in the actual building, but as soon as he gets out, I can spend time with him? No. We just coming to the event. F that kid. We're going somewhere else. That part led me to go where you're at.
Damien, I'm going to ask you this question. I'll tell you, I raised my hand. We were inside in the auditorium. I had 5 tickets. I don't know how many you had. You probably don't even remember. Who went to your graduation? Do you even remember? That's the question I'm asking. Like, for me, mom and dad, I remember Big Steve being there. I remember, mom and dad, obviously, it's a given. I would assume my grandma went. That's an assumption. I would assume my grandpa did not go. Not because he was a bad grandpa. He's an amazing grandpa. He's just not into that type of thing. I would assume an aunt and an uncle, maybe my parent, whatever it may be. Not my godmother, but my godmother was the mother of a graduate that year. So she didn't need a ticket. She was already there. But what I'm getting at is I remember being wasted at graduation. I remember walking around the halls. I remember going to eat after with everybody. To your point, I remember everybody being there after. I don't have a clue who was actually cheering for me in the stands. No idea.
I bet my wife didn't come to my graduation.
You don't think?
Aaron, if you're listening, let me know. I would have saved one of my, what we had, 13,000 tickets each? That's what we had back in the day?
I'm told that in previous years, it was at least 8,000 tickets for everybody.
I probably had 5, and only 3 people like me.
Like your pop would have been there.
Yeah, I would imagine,
yeah.
My grandma, I'm sure my dad came. Like, I don't know who else would have wanted to come to that. Nick is saying that he came to my graduation.
Did he?
I don't know.
Nick was 30 when you graduated.
Where is Nick?
Why is Nick not here? I know he was home. I got video of him swimming and stuff earlier today. Which, thanks for the invite, by the way. It's like how Nick said he thought we were only going to talk about it. When do we only talk about one thing? When do we ever
Nick, we're going to talk about
topic?
Politics. This is right in your swim lane.
Did you see the Grand Owl meeting?
This
here we go.
Here, how long ago, Daddy? 50 years ago. 50 years ago, this man right here brought me here. 50 years ago. Okay?
This is such
been a wonderful ride, Daddy. Thank you. I bought this house before you were born. Harley, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you're how old?
32.
32. And I've lived there because we fixed up this house, restored it, brought it back to restoration, and we've been there a long time. This is my daughter when she was graduating with her master's.
5 tickets.
Okay? Her master's.
Somebody's going to have to let me know what this is about.
But I am so proud.
I just want to hear her talk shit about her son.
This is also my son.
I don't even know who that
is.
is.
Pick your children, but, you got a good one.
Can't
you
pick
got a
your
bad
children.
One, whatever. I think they're all good in Mommy's eyes.
Okay, somebody catch me up on this because it is taking over Facebook, and I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know who that person is. Anybody?
What is she talking? Look, I don't think anybody knows what she's talking about. I've seen so much comments and reaction that everybody's thing is the same. It's like, lady, what are you trying to say?
Somebody in the chat catch us up because we are clueless, right?
And the only thing I could
house.
think of is during the academic rally on Billy Madison when the guy says that speech about how it's the stupidest thing he ever heard. That's the only thing that I think of.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That's where I am. That's where I am.
Is she loaded? Like, not like...
in more ways than one, apparently.
Like, what are we going to do over there? Don't you have to have a reason to be...
That's what I'm saying. You the way it works, you normally have to, like, request through a council person. I don't know how it works in Grand Isle. But in Lafourche, you got to request through a council person or send in, like, a request to speak.
Right.
You can't just say, oh, bro, like, I'm going to go talk about the NBA playoffs. No, like, you got to give a legitimate reason for council business. I can't just show up and say, hey, Mitch, I'm betting tonight in Game 6. What you think?
I'm calling Delin, and we getting on the town council agenda just to do a 15-minute podcast.
Right, yeah. It's not how it works. What was she intending to do, and why did we get so far out into left field? Like, that wasn't even in left field. That was in the bleachers beyond left field. Like,
now,
what?
I do feel bad for the lady. I don't know her, and I'm not, again, I don't judge anybody.
Right.
I feel bad for her because there's this Facebook. I'm not even going to give it any.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
Whoever that person is cannot stand that lady or her family and just post AI images of those people all day long. I feel bad for her. Like, nobody deserves a freaking Facebook, unless you're an athlete and you're getting paid millions and millions of bucks.
I was about to say, you would do that to Angel Reese, so chill out, man.
Bruh. That TikTok account with the first shot miss, she sued them or whatever, and now she is replaced with a brick. And they don't say her name, but they still do all that stuff.
Yeah, like I said, she was told to stay on. What was the topic? What was she there to discuss? It's just, oh, bro, I'm a mom. I got a house. I got a daddy. Like, what are you talking about?
See, this is why we need a Facebook correspondent. Somebody knows about this that could come on and drop some knowledge.
There was an actual purpose to this?
That's what I want to know. I'm not sitting through the whole speech to figure it out.
Yeah. Somebody fill us in. Please, somebody fill us in.
Chelsea's here. Chelsea knows all the tea. Chelsea is my tea person. She got him. And she's spent some time in Grand Isle.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Somebody's going to know. Somebody fill us in. Like, somebody let us know what that was supposed to be. Because, look, we had a whole season. We had many seasons where LSU was playing offense and it didn't look like offense. It was supposed to be offense. So, like, sometimes what you're intending to do is not what you actually get.
So Corey said supposedly she was there to complain about the spelling of her street name.
And we got off into that.
My texts are blowing up right now.
Damien, check your phone.
Yes.
So you've got the information now. That's good. I like how they're texting you the information as opposed to putting in the chat like we're not about to just read the text message.
Well, I'm not going to out the person. So I'm not even going to say the name of what it said. That person and them started it first with off the deep end. Okay, I'm putting it together. So off the deep end was one of those AI troll pages, and then what the page Chelsea just said is the new one. Maybe that they're kind of going at it.
Okay.
But look, if anybody else is willing to come and drop some Facebook drama, we could even put a voice changing thing on you where you won't even be known, so you don't have to take the wrath. We just need somebody to guide us through. Just got a little side text.
Yeah?
The whole Grand Isle situation, allegedly, may have been dating Coach O at one point. Allegedly. Nobody knows. Just saying.
Wow. They were asked earlier, is NOLA a legitimate NBA city? Is it?
No, it's terrible.
Like, they're always bitching about the arena, saying that the arena needs to be upgraded.
I haven't been to that many other arenas.
Right.
Like that whole strict
Like, I feel
basketball.
like it's nice. Dude, I coached in Lisa Park, bro. Like, the New Orleans arena or the Smoothie King, whatever the hell it's called. Like, that's...
Ow, Lisa Park's all the...
No, it's not.
It's not nice now?
I mean, it is, but it's Lisa Park. It's not nice.
Like, you're not going to have a umpire and catcher's equipment measuring goals anymore.
I would love to see it. Okay, here's a question. Is Victor Wembanyama, or does Victor Wembanyama have a chance to become the best player of all time? He's 7'4" freak. He's 22 years old.
He's ridiculous. He's still young. I think he has the opportunity. And I know if Nick was here, he'd say it was the monk retreat that he went to that changed his life. And that very well may have done that. But he does have the tools. Obviously, a franchise player. The dude's solid. He does everything. And he's smooth. I enjoy watching him play. We had a little coaches outing on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And got a chance to watch the majority of the game. And, I mean, the dude is ridiculous.
Game 1, he had like 40. I'm making these stats up, but I'm going to be close. Like 44 points, 22 rebounds, like 4 or 5 assists, 4 or 5 steals, 4 or 5 blocks. With the game tied, he made a 30 from outside the logo, almost from half court. Like LeBron ain't doing that stuff. Especially now when he's 22 years old, he ain't doing that stuff. He's the best rim-protecting, shot-blocking defensive center that we've seen in a long time. But he's got the Kevin Durant stuff on the offensive side where you just can't block his shot because he's 7'4". But then, because he's 7'4", he could also put his ass to the baseline and back you down and make a baby hook on you as a center. We've never seen anything like this. The only thing that could stop this kid is his body breaking, because a lot of times those big 7'4", 7'5", they do break. Yao Ming broke. It's hard.
But I feel
that's
like
the only
he's
thing that
the
stops
most athletic person of that size that we've seen in the league ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you got big lumbering guys. You had, George Murasan, a guy like Manute Bol, who was broken before he got in the league. I mean, these big, long, lanky guys, or these big dudes that can't move. He's just a mix, and dude's a freak.
And again, to my conversation with Brandon Brown, I asked him, because Brandon Brown was a professional post player for a decade. And I said, Brandon, what would you do with this kid? Because there's two schools of thought. The first school is, we got to make him 270 pounds and be a freight train like Shaquille O'Neal. That's one school of thought. The other's like, no, just leave him be a guard. And Brandon Brown said, leave him be a guard. Because when you start adding that weight, that's when your feet are going to start breaking. That's when your knees are going to start hurting. That's when you're going to start losing that athleticism. And it was interesting to hear a post player say, we don't need to make this guy into a center. We got to let this dude be a guard. Let him be a 7'4", 230-pound guard who just has to stand up under the goal and block shots. Don't mess with his frame. Let him be who he is. And I think that's probably the best way to go. Because on paper, we would like him to be 270 pounds and look like Giannis. But what is Giannis doing right now? Sitting on the bench because he's hurt. What is Yao Ming? Why did Yao Ming retire? Because he was hurt. So when you get to be this big 300-pound physical specimen, I always say that's the reason why Zion's always hurt. Because his body is not able to do the stuff he's trying to do because he's a refrigerator. So let the kid be skinny, man. He's going to get bullied sometimes, but he's also going to grow up and mature and learn and be savvy, and he's going to be a freak because he's a 7'4" guard. Can I get on a soapbox on the NBA side? There's such a difference watching the games on ESPN versus the games on Peacock or Amazon Prime. Because after the game, watching Kenny, Chuck, Shaq, and Ernie is actually good versus watching the DEI All-Stars on the other networks, where we got 3 ladies, 2 dudes who played and weren't any good, trying to act like Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith instead of being themselves. It is night and day. Like, literally, I get excited when I see that the game is on ESPN, and I get discouraged when the game is on Prime. Peacock, not as bad, but Prime is atrocious. When we got the Candace Parkers of the world, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What'd you think about Coach O being back in Baton Rouge, bub?
Oh, I love it.
Did you see the Twitter video of the dude who does the impressions with Lane talking to Coach O and getting him back to Baton? Please tell me you saw that.
I did not.
Oh, well, you're about to see it.
Send it to me.
And we're about to play it.
So I'm gonna give a live reaction.
If y'all haven't seen this,
you're about to.
Bruh, this dude, first and foremost, it's a guy on social media that does impressions of college coaches. His Coach O is unbelievable. So I'm going to lay the groundwork. He does like a 2-minute video of Lane Kiffin introducing Coach Orgeron back to Baton Rouge, and it is just so spot on. It's hilarious.
Oh, see, this guy, he's annoying.
No, but this one's good. I agree with you. He is annoying, but this one is really good.
Number 1, hot yoga every day, 6 a.m.
Oh, that's no problem. I'll be ready. I'm running the morning distance.
Wouldn't exactly call that running.
Keep the lady wanting to take pictures.
Number 2, got to keep the shirt on.
Not even during Oklahoma drill?
Even during that. I know you're excited. Even during then.
What about hot yoga?
For you, yes. For me, no.
Works for me, the head ball coach.
Number 3, this one's important. Once a week, at a random time, you have to prank call an Ole Miss staffer and just say, the Lane train's coming, and then hang up.
Choo-choo, consider it done.
Can you try it? Can I hear?
The Lane train's coming.
A little softer. You know, you're trying to sound kind of spooky.
The Lane train's coming.
No, you're trying to mess with them.
Tommy does a better coach.
Maybe like a Scooby-Doo bad guy.
Oh, Scooby-Doo, man. I love that come through, man. Once in every Saturday, I love Scooby-Doo.
Ed?
The Lane train's coming.
Okay. Last thing. Now I need you to help me say a good Go Tigers.
Hey, man, it'd be my honor.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Say it with your chest, man. Go Tigers.
I feel like it's coming from a good
Go Tigers.
spot. You know, we're different, but it's
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
You gotta say it with pride, man. You gotta make it believe it, man. Go Tigers.
See, I feel like I feel like I'm doing it.
Tigers. Tigers.
I couldn't see him doing that.
Like, I could see that conversation happening. Lane Kiffin's kind of a weirdo. Coach Orgeron's kind of a psycho. That's why it's a great marriage. I could see that conversation happening.
I'm so happy he's back. That was a dream team scenario type of deal.
That's what we wanted from the start. Yeah.
Even before Kiffin got hired, we were talking about that. And, oh, Lord. And then just to know the money that he took to come back makes it even more special because, well, obviously he got paid a lot to leave, but not getting paid as much to come back just shows you how much he wants to be there and how much he's going to be able to add to the program. It's just a person that beams with LSU pride, and there's not enough of those guys. And it's a total 180 from having somebody like Brian Kelly in there that just cared about Brussels sprouts.
Bubba, can I tell you a little secret here? I think we're going to be good. My concerns would have been, can it all come together so fast? Well, Trinidad Chambliss didn't get to Ole Miss till like July of last year. So I don't think the time is going to be an issue. Our defense is going to be loaded. Like, that ain't going to be a problem. The offense is got multiple quarterbacks. So even if Levitt has an injury issue, I like the other guys as well. Got a bunch of guys in the backfield, a bunch of receivers. Lane Kiffin says the offensive line's the strength of the team. And then you got that little vibe and that little juice. Like, last year, Ole Miss football had a basketball go on the sideline. Lane Kiffin would throw alley-oops to dudes. Coach Orgeron is going to be putting people through tables on the sideline. That's going to be his job on Saturdays, to be a hype man. We're going to have vibe. I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to be really good.
I think that's exactly what we were missing. I think we had somewhat of the roster to be able to compete at a playoff level last year, but we had just a plain Jane, vanilla old man that just was quote-unquote cringy.
Yeah.
Or cringe, as the kids say.
Can you imagine seeing him try to throw an alley-oop to a guy who just got an interception on the sideline?
That would have been so awkward.
Right, that's what I'm getting. Like, he would have thrown a bounce pass. And then would have wanted the kid to do a left-handed layup.
Yeah, strictly fundamental bounce pass. Step, thumbs in, thumbs out. Let's go.
And then fussing the kid for not putting his left leg up as he made a left-handed layup.
Hey, April 17, 2026, Yahoo Sports reports LSU has 0 players on their basketball roster. Boy, times have changed.
Yeah, we got a team that could beat the Pelicans now.
How good are we going to be?
All right, so good question. I actually asked Brandon Brown, and we got it. Now it's the summertime, so no more excuses. We're going to get Brandon Brown in studio during the summer. He said he wants to come do it. He said all we got to do is cook something for him and give him maybe an adult beverage or two. Sold. That's easy.
I ain't cooked in way too long.
Brandon Brown played overseas. I said, Brandon, how does a dude who played like in the EuroLeague translate to the SEC? Like, is a guy who averaged 11 points a game, 8 rebounds a game in the EuroLeague going to dominate the SEC? Are they going to be behind? Are they going to? And he said this. He said the SEC maybe will have better athletes than the EuroLeague, but he said them some bitches are going to be so strong down they're going to bully and bruise people on the inside. And he said that he expects this LSU basketball team to be so physically dominant because the guys are 23, 24, 25 years old that they're going to just break people by the end of the game, break their will, shoot 1 million free throws. And he thinks this experiment is going to be incredible. Now, I think we all kind of agree that the way that they're building the roster is probably not sustainable because the NCAA is already trying to stop the Euro players from being able to play. But for this 1 year, I think it'll be pretty nice.
We were all concerned, and the general had the idea. He already had the plan in motion, and he made it work. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think he came in skirting the rules. When he left, he obviously skirted the rules, and now he's back. I guess it was a weird time for him to get hired to be able to build a roster, and he had this in the back of his mind that he wanted to get it done. He is getting paid to win basketball games. He's getting paid to compete for an SEC championship, to get in the top 150 teams that make the NCAA tournament now, and he's doing a damn good job.
Yeah, dude. Hey, look, and we already got people in the chat. Oh, I don't like that this is how it's going to be, but they ain't going to be banned next year. We're going to have that 1 year of having these pro dudes, and we are going to shit kick a lot of people next year. And look, here's the thing. So to make it even sleazier, we're trying to get the dude from St. John's eligible,
as we should.
Who played? I don't think he ever played, but he was in an NBA G League contract, and the governor is openly saying, like, all we need is a Louisiana judge to be corrupt and side with us. Like, oh, that's nothing.
That's why I'll never leave Louisiana. Shit like that happens.
So, dude, if they get that guy eligible. The NCAA is going to be livid because they've already ruled that players under NBA contracts are not able to play. But B, that dude's a stud. 20 points a game at St. John's a couple years ago. If he's eligible, bro, we're going to be incredible and be the icing on the cake. We're already going to be good. Right now we're the heels, but we're going to be the biggest heels in the history of the company if that Ruiz kid is eligible to play.
Let's check this out, Case. This is a guy from 0-3 saying LSU has got to be stopped.
All right.
And it only continues to get worse. Like, first it was Charles Beniaco, right? And now we got R.J. Lewis, who played for St. John's, right, decided to go pro, forgoed his eligibility to play basketball, and Wade thought it was a great idea to bring him to LSU because he has the inability to get anybody to go down there that's between 18 and, younger, who hasn't went to the league, who hasn't, had a contract. He had a two-way contract in the NBA. He even got traded, right? And now he's back in college sports. How is that good for college sports? NIL has done a lot of good things for athletes, but then the athletes that, aren't college athletes anymore coming back is ruining the game. You just took a spot from an 18-year-old kid who just came out of high school, right? Like, at some point as a coach, you need to have respect for the game and wanting to keep it around. This is pathetic.
What's pathetic
thank you.
is that these rules are in place. That if you want to do whatever this guy's talking about, fix the rules. Will Wade is doing something that is in the rules. So if you don't like it and you didn't want it to happen, then don't make it legal.
It's the same thing that I say about Major League Baseball and their hypocrisy for not putting Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, and all the steroid guys into the Hall of Fame. There was no rule against doing steroids. You guys are now mad because everybody else was mad, and you guys think it's cool to be mad, to be sheep and follow the herd. There was no rules against doing steroids. You aren't tested for steroids. These guys got ahead. Were they bending the rules? Were they toeing the line? Absolutely they were. But that's a you problem for not having that in your rule book, that it was illegal.
Let me ask you this. These guys that LSU are getting, specifically the international folks, which I think that's all they're getting, aside from maybe the guy from Florida, are there other teams that are recruiting these people?
Yeah.
So what happens when they get them? If they win?
It's not the big bad Will Wade that's doing it, so it's okay when Calipari does it. And yeah.
Okay, I was just and your boy Nate Oates.
Yeah, oh, that's okay. Nate Oates, you could play a murder. Yeah, a dude that handed the murder weapon to his buddy, he could play. That's fine. Same thing like your boy. Let your boy introduce Donald Trump at a press conference, and it's going to cause a problem in the locker room. But let your boy strangle his girlfriend and get felony charges. Nobody says a word. Nobody says a word then. They don't want to talk about them things, though.
It's not convenient.
It's not convenient.
Fit the agenda.
So why do you want R.J. Louise Jr.? Well, I don't know, but he averaged 19 points and 8 rebounds a game at St. John's. That's why you want R.J. Louise. And he never played an NBA G League game. Was he under contract? Yes, he was. Did he get traded? Yes, he did. He never played in a game. That's going to be the loophole that our governor is going to grease a judge, probably an LSU graduate, into sliding him in. Now ball's going to be in the NCAA's court. Are you going to appeal to a higher court and spend a bunch of money? Hey, that's on you.
If you have a governor that is not willing to do that for your state institution,
he needs to not be your
you
governor.
need to not be the governor. I'm the only person that loves NIL. I feel like everybody else hates it. And look, I'm a purist. I love the college game, but I don't also enjoy coaches getting to do, ADs getting to do, presidents getting to do whatever the hell they want, anytime they want. This is who drives the revenue. It's the players. You got to take care of them people. I never got that where a coach could go make $5 million and you got your starting center struggling to eat and he's eating a cup of yogurt and you can't do anything about it legally. Like, I just don't get that.
Damien, look.
It's not business.
I agree with you 100%. I'm not going to disagree. But look, I'll say that. I was told this by a parent today. How come that dude's able to leave Salafush and go to E.D. White without penalty, but my kid has to sit out a year?
Actually, that last night when we were talking about it, somebody in chat knows, do coaches sign contracts? And we had the right person in the chat earlier, but I doubt he's still here. Do coaches sign contracts? And if so, you breaking those contracts, what are you doing?
Like, I'm anti, this person going to one school then 1 year, the next school the other year, in high school. And high school having the quote-unquote portal. And the principals agree. It got voted down with 80+% in the majority. They didn't want it. But it is an interesting point. Why this dude's able to go to 3-4 different schools in the span of 2 months. But if my kid even thinks about going to Ellender, from Ellender to Bourgeois, or from Bourgeois to Assumption or whatever, I'm just making up schools. But my kid would have to sit out. And the LHSA would say, well, that's because of athletic reasons. This dude's leaving St. Lafourche going to E.D. White for athletic reasons. What's the difference?
I guess because they could skirt it and say it was a better teaching opportunity. I don't know. I'm going to end up spending another $180,000 on a house somewhere else. After it's going to be the right move, and everything's lined up, so whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
I wanted to see an actual. It's hard to find a roster of LSU's folks. I'm wondering.
We got like 9 on the roster.
Hey, Josh, it is the Wild Wild West, and I think that's maybe why I like it. I like that a team can, if you want to invest in the athletic program and you are 0-12 as a college football team, the next year, if you want to win and you go get the resource or have the resources to do it, let's go. Let's go.
Got a comment that there's no contract signed to begin with. Huh? Maybe.
Yeah, we don't know that. That's what we're asking.
Yeah,
if that happens.
But even then, though, I mean, we do see guys.
But I'm wondering
on the high school level leave their jobs all the time.
I'm wondering. I know enough about the school system. There's no multi-year contract.
No, and there's no buyouts or anything. Like BJ could just go to Hanville. Hanville doesn't have to pay South Lafourche a buyout.
And there's the same thing in return. The schools could drop a teacher at the end of a year every year. I know that's a concern.
But look, it leads to a greater question. Like someday, would I don't know, and the car, they got that big dude, Coach Brown, who's won a million championships. Would they ever try to put some sort of like multi-year contract with a buyout? Is that something you could legally do? Or would Bessie say, nah, we don't like that? Because technically you're supposed to be a teacher first.
I'm wondering if, I don't know the jurisdiction, so I'm just guessing here. But I'm wondering if it's a Lafourche Parish school, if he was already an employee, that he just made that transfer. I don't know.
And we genuinely don't know. So this is not us trolling. We really don't know. So if you do know, let us know in the comments. We've had a dude go to Central Lafourche football for like a day and then leave and go to Plaquemine the next day. So, like, that's not unprecedented.
Also arrested.
I mean, you said it. I'm corporate. That was you.
I mean, it's public knowledge.
A member of the group chat virtual audience has a question.
Corey, Barry Bonds was solid, but you don't hold a candle to Dave Justice.
Barry Bonds was better than David Justice. Come on, man.
Depends who you like.
Oh, okay.
Better than Sid Bream?
He was faster than Sid Bream.
I was a big Braves guy back in the 90s, right? We all were.
Mm-hmm.
When they signed Fred McGriff, that might have been the happiest I've ever was as a child.
The crime dog.
And he dominated his first couple of years.
He sure did, dude. All right, so we had Grissom in center, Justice in the right, Gant, I think, in left, McGriff at first, Lemke at second, Blauser at short, Chipper at third, but there was Pendleton, then Chipper. Then behind the plate, we had Javi Lopez for a while, but I'm talking before
Lopez
that.
Was a dog, bro.
Yeah, but we also had like Damon Berryhill and dudes like that. And then on the mound, Maddox, Smoltz, Glavin, Avery, Merker. Our bullpen was always kind of terrible, but
until they moved Smoltz to the bullpen.
Yeah,
whenever you started,
Smoltz said, "Hey, hold my beer. I'm going to be a closer." Yeah, dude, that was good shit.
Let's just go 95.
I'm going to tell you that Kenny Lofton's going to be the leadoff batter that year.
Ken Merker was in the pen. Mark Stanton.
Wallers was the closer.
So you had Lopez behind the home plate. Klesko was the backup. I loved Klesko.
Yeah. Do you remember Eddie Perez only caught Maddox?
What a gimmick.
and look, then they would always say, like, hey, bro, like, I'm the best catcher in the world because my pitcher wins the side. Dude, anybody could have caught Maddox, bro. What are we doing?
Took a special glove and
Rafael Belliard.
He was solid. Mike Kelly, I
do remember Dwight
I guess
Smith.
Gant wasn't in left. I knew Justice was right. Justice was like the default right fielder.
I think Gant was off the team at this point, but he was definitely in left at some point in that Atlanta dynasty.
A member of the group chat virtual audience has a question.
So Marcus asks about Dick Vitale. Bro, go. Like, nobody cares about
It's awesome, baby. Oh.
The only thing that dude cares about is Duke basketball.
The best version of Dick Vitale is Bob on Bob Does Sports pretending to be Dick Vitale after he hits a good shot.
Speaking of Bob Does Sports, we got Meadow was in the chat earlier. He is on the LeBron bandwagon. He's like, how do I not like this dude anymore? How do I not like this guy anymore?
He's going to be a Cavalier next year, and I'm going to have some decisions to make.
I saw the thumbnail for the latest, whatever, Joey versus the Troll. Said it was one of the worst ones ever. I haven't seen it yet, but if you're a golf guy at if you're an entertainment person, Bob Does Sports, Joey Colcutt's one of the cast members there. They pick out literal trolls that just troll the hell out of them on these videos and bring them to play golf, and it is cinema.
Damien, they posted a video today. You know how they do the Fat Perez gauntlet where he has to beat everybody multiple times? Well, Joey has to beat everybody multiple times. He's the one doing the gauntlet. And literally, I'm telling you, I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody, but on the second or third hole, he's facing Yaman, the camera guy that he hates.
That is hilarious.
They literally almost came to blows. They were about to fist fight one another. So, drop today. Bob Does Sports video. I watched it earlier before I came here. Incredible blow up today. If you want to see a grown man almost fight another grown man, yeah.
That might have been what I caught.
Yeah, the new video is not hater series. The tease makes it look like a hater series because it's Yaman and Joey about to fight each other.
That might have been what it was.
Oh, dude, that blow up is incredible.
Marcus, I would never put you in that category of a Dick EV fan.
It's awesome, baby.
Marcus, you're a Yankees or Red Sox?
He's a Yankee guy. That's why he keeps reminding us that the Braves only won one World Series.
Yeah, but the Yankees were great back when we were 2. I got to tell you guys about the Flash Developmental League. That was a sign from upstairs, and I truly believe that's why we're having the success and the growth that we're having. I truly believe that. It's been awesome, man.
I have not heard anything bad, and God knows we're a community that they would say if there was something bad. So the fact that you guys have a Rotten Tomatoes score of 100 is pretty awesome. And just the idea and the concept of, all right, like maybe my kid isn't the best basketball player yet, but wants to learn and wants to develop that passion. You guys are kind of planting that seed in a lot of kids, and I think it's going to spill dividends. I think that Flash in general has helped our boys and girls basketball programs at South Lafourche and Golden Meadow and LCO. But I think that this is going to be kind of that next phase of us kind of becoming a basketball community again, whereas maybe we had become a baseball community a little bit because of travel ball and some different things like that.
So talking about that, so we're not doing an MVP because we're not caring about, not that we don't care about standout performances, but the focus is on developmental, right?
Yeah, getting the kids better.
So we did a most improved rather than a MVP.
Love it.
Going into it, I thought it would be great to have 50 kids, and then we got to 75, then we got to 100, then we got to 120, and I'm like, okay, we got to stop. At some point, it's been awesome. Just seeing the kids have a blast, seeing them get better, and knowing that what we're learning is transferable. Like you're going to be able to take that and play Biddy in a month from now or 2 months from now, whatever that is, or if you want to go to a travel ball team, or when you get to school. We wanted to focus on man-to-man defense. That is the hardest thing to teach at the youth level because there's so many things going on. And a lot of times you don't have the time to do it. And we had time. And we decided that's what we're doing. This is how we're going to do it. And I told them, now that you know this stuff, if a coach tries to play, makes you play zone defense, tell him Coach D said no.
Dude, look, I can't imagine how fulfilling it must be when, like, the kids are 9 and 10 years old and the guard gets a little step and is looking to go to the basket and then the help comes over. Like, that's got to be so much fun to see, man, like, being done the right way. And you mentioned it. Biddy season's right around the corner, so guess what? Our regular season's going to be more competitive. Guess what? Our all-star teams are going to be more competitive. Guess what? That means our middle school teams are going to be more competitive. Then our high school teams are going to be more competitive. And it spills over. It's going to take a little while to get there. Like it's like a waterfall. You know, the water flows up and then it falls down. It's going to take a little while to get to that point. But over time, like we saw with this last group of T and Meathead, and that's not all because of Flash. That's a special group of kids.
Yeah.
But those kids were playing year-round. And it was kind of that first wave, that first group that you guys had played year-round for a long time. And that stuff matters, bro. That matters. That matters a lot.
This is going to blow up next year. It's going to be ridiculous. And I already told everybody, I don't know if we can max out what that looks like. I feel like we kind of maxed out now, but maybe we involve another location or additional nights. And I don't mind putting the time in. I love it. I enjoy it. And I say, look, if you sign up this year, you guarantee next year if you want to come back. And we got a lot of kids that miss some stuff with baseball and things like that. I think that's why on the girls' side we probably have the numbers that we have because, you know, they have a softball program, but can't find a coach, obviously. No, I'm joking. On the baseball side, there's a ton of opportunities. On the girls' side, there's not that many, and we don't lose as many, which I think is why our girls' participation is what it is. But Josh mentioned pick and rolls, man. I tell the kids all the time, here's the thing. Pick and roll has been around since the 60s, and they still use it. So that tells you that it works.
Yeah.
It's hard to defend, and kids are just learning some things that they're going to better take with us, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
Good job, boy.
100%. Harden should have went to Flash camp. You could learn it. Come give me a break, man. Your guy can't even keep 2 kidneys in his body.
But, I appreciate the community for helping us out. We had a ton of sponsors, and, I mean, that goes to extending our insurance for the year. I lost about $80,000 in the last 20 years of basketball, and there's a couple things that forced me to stop doing it out of my pocket and go legit. One of them was insurance, and that was a huge cost. And we're blessed with being able to do some things right now. The money that we do have, first time I ever get a chance to pay coaches is going to be awesome, and we're going to better put that money back into the community. We already bought the LaRose Civic Center, this nice little TV setup. Yeah. It's awesome, and trying to do some things with them. Scott and his crew over there have taken care of us like crazy. Man, Mr. Alvin over there is the GOAT. That dude is the
good dude.
GOAT.
Yeah.
It's been a great situation. I really think, like I said, it was a calling from above, and I think that's why it's going so well.
all of this stuff that you're just saying is part of the reason why some of this recreation stuff that we're going to be talking about next week, we kind of got to rally around this stuff. I know that we're kind of an anti-millage community right now for whatever reason, but we're going to have the parish president next week, and he is going to explain to you why these next 3 millages that are coming up on the ballot in June, I'll say it, I shouldn't endorse things, but I'll say it probably need to pass. Not probably, need to pass. But we'll let Mitch offer those opinions, and we'll let President Ogeron come on in next week and offer his commentary on that.
You know, it'd be a good President Ogeron if Coach O took the White House.
Hey, boy, what you doing over there in Iran, boy?
Give me that UFC fight off my loan.
What you got this weekend before we wrap up?
We are ending our TDC League on Sunday. Try to stop by, Case.
Yeah, is it Saturday and Sunday?
No, just Sunday.
Just Sunday. Okay.
All day Sunday. I think we have 13 games going on. Start with the younger folks in the beginning, and we get the day goes older as the day gets older. But aside from that, nothing, man. We got travel ball on our end. We're going to be starting off the following week. We're going to play all of June. Got South of Fouche practices starting for one of my oldest kids.
Congratulations, dude.
Maybe she was lucky enough to make the varsity.
I was so excited whenever I saw that.
They start on Monday. We got our camp. I need to get you that stuff. We got our basketball camp on June 23rd and 25th. They cut off Youth Center, and we're going to be cranking up our 3-on-3 league. Might be a little selfish, but I made sure to invite all of my Golden Meta girls.
That's not selfish. That's smart.
And over the last 8 weeks, they have gotten tremendously better.
That's not selfish. That's smart.
I'm going to tell you right now, we'll be hard to deal with next year. Not saying we're winning, but we're going to be hard to deal with. Good luck.
I love to hear it, dude. Love to hear it. You know, got a badass home court advantage and a beautiful floor to play on.
I'm going to tell you this. We may be better than last year.
Ooh. All right. I love to hear it, man. That's big talking there, but I love to hear it. For me, the weekend ain't a whole lot. Honestly, you know what I've been doing? I figured out, and I don't know why it took me this long, but like my godson told me, like I've been playing, I got a Nintendo emulator. But my stupid ass has been playing the games on, like, the keyboard. Jackson comes over and is like, bro, like, your PlayStation controller is Bluetooth. Like, just make your PlayStation. It's changed my life. So now I have been playing the last edition, deluxe edition, final edition of Super Tecmo Bowl. This is the first game that had free agency. They had trades and all that stuff. I'm the Cowboys right now. Bobby Hebert is my quarterback. I traded him. He was on Atlanta that year. I got him from Atlanta. Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders are in my backfield, both of them. I got Sterling Sharp as my tight end, and Deion Sanders is on my defense. And when I tell you that I get into those games on a Super Nintendo platform, now that I have the controller in my hands and not just playing on the keyboard, if I were to stream that, which I'm thinking about actually doing, that would be good stuff. Because I get into that more than any video game that I've ever done. And you got like 8 plays to pick from. If you pick the opponent's play, they're busted. Like that was the GOAT video game for me. Super Tecmo Bowl Final Edition. I also, since I've gotten the video game controller situated, I played some NBA Jam. Played some NBA Live. Like, dude, it's changed my life, man. Like, I'm a kid again. I don't have to go to these games every night anymore. I actually have a little free time. And now I could play NBA Live 97 with Mitch Richmond on the cover.
It's one of the GOATs.
And if I'm losing, I could turn off the rules and just start pushing you down and go and dunk the ball. Dude, life-changing.
Why don't you broadcast some of that on our Facebook?
I'm saying I need to do my season on Tecmo Bowl on stream on our, like, yes.
I would jump on there and talk shit with you.
Yes.
We're changing, we're evolving, which is what we want to do. Probably get a little political coming up.
Yeah.
I got a feeling.
Yeah.
Sticking with the same stuff. We're going to do a couple of different things. You may see us in a different area.
At a wedding.
Not a different light. Yeah, we may do a wedding. Who knows? But everybody's finally got all their stuff to be able to do this from the house. So you may see some different screens and things like that. But same old good, solid.
You know what I want to do? I want to do this. Now that I actually have the ability to do a home studio, I want to just walk into the computer room where my father is all day long and just tell, hey, Dad, you on live. What you got to say?
Bruh.
And just see what happens.
Yes. You're going to have to edit it. But
just see what happens. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like, just go.
We need, like, Daily Big Steve.
Just let it out. Right after an LSU loss. Hey, what you think about Coach Kiffin?
Yeah.
Go.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. What do you think about that kicker?
What'd you think about that decision Brian Kelly made to go for it on 4th and 1 and they didn't convert? Go. As my mom says, I don't think it's a good idea to go.
I think that's a great idea.
Let's go talk to Big Steve after an LSU loss. Hey, Dad, what'd you think about Coach Kiffin? Go.
A member of the group chat virtual audience has a question.
Nigel wants to know if Damien would ever consider coaching at LaRose Middle School when his daughter and her teammates get there.
That ain't happening. Nope.
No. Never? Don't ever say never?
No, never.
Never?
Never. Right. Go to Meadow administration has been absolutely tremendous to me. As long as they want me there and as long as they're there, I will be there. Afterwards, I would love to get back in the high school ranks.
Okay.
That's where I'd like to end my basketball career. Don't think I'm ever going to stop doing travel. Don't think I'm ever going to stop doing biddy. But I put so much time and effort into school ball. I'm not a teacher and I never will be. I would love to be an assistant somewhere. Hint, after next year, not going anywhere this year. And when I get there, I'm going to stay.
I understand that this is something that's not realistic. It's not possible. It's only something that you would have at high-level college or pro, and obviously we don't have that at high school ranks. I think I would be really good at just being on a headset on like a Friday night and just helping the coach manage the clock, helping the coach decide on 4th downs, like just analytical stuff.
Is that not what Coach E did for Coach Brunet last year?
Right. I just think that I would be able to be pretty good at, and obviously I'm calling the game, so it's not.
Yeah, because you second guess the shit out of him otherwise.
But like, hey, 4th and 2, there's 4 minutes left. I just think I would be good at that kind of stuff. And one of the things that whenever I was coaching, I always would try to come up with is let's find a stat that the boys or girls would be excited about. I remember one year we came up with the kills on defense, 3 stops in a row. The kids were excited when we would get a kill. That type of stuff is stuff that I'm pretty good at. I'm not a huge X's and O's guy, but I do think I could get kids excited about stuff. And in part, even if it's laughing at me, because, hell, I invented a clap that they all laugh at even still today.
Yep.
But I'm good at getting people excited about doing things that help the team win.
Quick story. I know we're kind of in it, but I feel like we could go on. I don't know where the hell we were coming from. Maddie and I were in the car together. I picked up her from a friend's house when I got off of work last week. We were talking about games and having fun and memories and whatever. And I told her about the playoff game when I was assistant coach of South Lafourche against Woodlawn or Shreveport.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, man, that might have been the most fun I had in the first quarter. This team had scored 100 points like 10 or 12 times during the season. And everybody thought we was just going and just getting demolished. And we put in some freaking work. And I said, look, that game is on YouTube. Like, let's go watch it. And then a couple of days later, I forgot about it. She said, hey, you never showed me that game. I said, well, look, we only watched in the first half. But just seeing some of that stuff, if we don't get tired and just start settling for threes in the second quarter, I think that's a totally different game.
South Lafourche and Woodlawn High Schools faced each other in the first round of the LHSAA Class 4A Boys Basketball Playoffs on February 23, 2018. Here is the final minute of the first quarter. Here is Casey with the call.
Matt to Chasson. Chasson to Marquise on the baseline. Inside to Kane, gets him in the air, lays it up, and the Tarpons have the lead. 11-9. Put your seatbelt on, baby. We got a good one. Moten to the right side. Larry Moten attacks baseline, spins. He walked. 36.5 on the clock. The official said he traveled. And Woodlawn is back against their heels here. The Tarpons have the lead. Vega across the timeline to Chasson. To Vega. Reverses it to Bellinger. 26 seconds. To the middle. Kane at the rim. Yes! 13-9. Tarpons, 20 seconds to go. One more defensive possession here, Blue. To the corner. Larry Moten for a three. No good. Rebound goes to Moten. Lays it up at the rim. He got it. Francis. 4 seconds to Vega. Chasson. Let's see if he's aware. He tries to shoot it, and that'll be the end of the first quarter with our scores. South Lafourche 13, Woodlawn 11. We've played 8 minutes, and the Big Blue has the early lead. And for anybody around Louisiana, Cinderella right now is playing ball.
When you scout the shit out of somebody and you know everything they're going to do, and then you have that moment where you start off the game on like a 15-6 run and they call that first panic timeout and everybody's ass in their gym is getting tight. It's like, hey, these dudes are over here beating us right now. What is going on? And along that same era of Tarpon basketball, when you guys beat Helen Cox, who had like the 6'10" center, they had no idea that they were losing that game. They thought that was going to be a walk in the park. You guys are running your stuff, getting layups, pulling that big 6'10" joker out of the lane, frustrating them. They were so flustered. They were more flustered than Coach when we make him drink the energy drink.
He will never do that again.
But they were so flustered, and it's just moments like that. I'm sure you could liken it to when you are fighting in another boxer's hometown and your guy goes beats his ass in his hometown. It's that same feeling, that same energy of when you go to Morgan City and you win via a buzzer beater like we did one year, and you're having to get escorted by the cops back on the bus, but you just beat their ass, so they really can't say a whole lot. That stuff is invaluable.
I live for that stuff. Having a team prepared to go into somebody else's house, they're battle-tested, ready to go. We did it this year for Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Everything was against us. Starting centers out, banged up, huge crowd. And then Addison Juneau decides to hit that little shot that we worked on 75 times that week and knocks that down. If you win, there's nothing they could say except, hey, we're going to let the parents out first. Y'all going to just wait here. Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
That's a feeling and an adrenaline rush. That you can't replicate that. You can't replicate that.
And I think that's partially what feeds my basketball addiction. Do you remember? I don't know if you were there. I want to say it might have been that same year that we made the playoffs when we went to Shreveport. We went to Bruley.
Mm-hmm.
Bruley was undefeated.
The mean streets of Bruce Lee.
They were undefeated, and we beat them.
Yep.
That might have been one of the wins that got us into the playoffs.
Yep.
So this is Nigel Bourne. Nigel, I probably talked about you on this podcast already. Nigel would have kept boxing.
Oh, look.
It would have been ridiculous.
I just know his frame, and it was a tough dude. Like, yeah, absolutely.
We'd go to fights, and so amateur boxing, the way you schedule, you go weigh in, you put your name, whoever's on your club, their name, how many fights they got, name, weight, how many fights they have.
Mm-hmm.
And coaches will go talk about it. Hey, look, give up this weight, we'll give up this age, whatever it is. Well, Nigel could never get a fight because we'd start working the mitts.
I can imagine that. You'd see if that'd be a problem.
We would just go and put on his weight, and then underneath there we put, just sign your name, it doesn't matter. Don't negotiate with us, just whatever. We'll fight anybody. And I remember Nigel was young, probably 14 or 15. Every amateur boxer has a book, and you write down the date of the fight, whatever, and somebody signs it. Well, to advance past the regional portion, which we had to go beat somebody in Arkansas, to go to Missouri, you have to have 5 fights. Well, we didn't have those 5 fights.
I had to go find one.
Wing that. Me, Nigel, and Kennedy McKinney, we flew out to Missouri, past Arrowhead Stadium, past the Royal Stadium. I was like, man, that's pretty neat. It starts snowing. I was like, this is not cool. It's awesome. It's in a hotel, and they got, I think, 4 rings in one.
That's pretty
one
cool.
little ballroom. You got people from all across the country. You got Ringside has their store set up in in one of the meeting rooms and all kind of discount stuff.
So it's like a travel volleyball tournament, but it's boxing, where travel volleyball got 8 courts.
State level, you got to win. Regionals, you got to win, and then you go.
So it's the best of the best all there in one. That's cool.
So we fought this big old cat from Kentucky. Had 100 and some odd fights, and we in there with 4.
God,
I said, bro, we got to knock this big dude out. And look, Nigel put a hurting on him, but the dude he outpointed us. That was some damn good times. Man.
Yeah, that is good stuff. Well, look, man, let's put a pin in this one right at the 2-hour mark. But before we go, just another tease. We're going to have Parish President Mitch Ogeron. So that'll be next week. Here's my challenge to you guys before next week, whenever we get President Ogeron in to talk about some of this stuff. My challenge is this. don't believe everything that you read on the internet, bro. Like, if this one person types a Bible of 7,000 words about why you should do this or why you shouldn't do that or what this is or what this isn't, do your own research. But I promise you, a lot of the things, even coming from some of the people who were in the parish president race the last go-around, are saying things that just frankly are not true. That's all I'm getting at, is like, just because somebody says something, that doesn't mean that it's actually the way that it is. We'll let the president take a lot of those things, but that's my challenge, is let's stop spreading so much misinformation, because what happens is you guys then message me and ask me if it's true, and I don't want to have to deal with that nonsense, quite frankly. So help make my life a little bit easier, and let's stop spreading all that misinformation.
We got to be prepped for the parish president, right?
Yeah, we do. I'm gonna be looking nice, dude. I'm gonna wear my nicest T-shirt and basketball shorts.
Wear your Francis coveralls.
I'm excited about that, though. I'm looking forward to that. And you know, the exciting thing about it is that he's looking forward to it also, which I think is really cool. Damien, good time as always, brother. Appreciate you. You have a great weekend. The next time we do this, I might be playing Tecmo Bowl for all I know, with Bobby J at under center.
We can make that work pretty easily.
All right. Sounds like a winner. Well, adios. Peace. You guys have a tremendous and wonderful weekend. Y'all stay safe. God bless. All that good stuff. Thanks so much for listening. Your audience was awesome today. The chat was awesome. Let's keep that energy all summer.
And as always, go Tarps. And God bless America.
Hammer.
I was waiting for Tommy to chime in and do that.
Welcome to the Real Chat Podcast. And here's your host, Casey, along with Damien, Nick, and Tommy. Chat Podcast. We're talking sports and anything else that makes us laugh. Stick around here, hot takes, dumb takes, and troll each other mercilessly. Group Chat Podcast.